Hello. Happy Eclipse Day. It's going to be a crazy day down here in the Carolinas. But I have a RPGaDay question to answer, and that's what I'm going to do. 21. What RPG does the most with the least words? Originally, I had one answer to this, but I do have a few honorable mentions. I'm going to approach it from a system point of view because that's what's most important, to me at least. If you do the most with the... I don't think you can do the most with the least words from a setting point of view. Unless it's a real simple, simple setting. If I'm here to tell a story, however, I need some meat in that setting. So I can't answer it from a setting point of view. I don't play a lot of simple settings, but I will mention one at the end. The one answer I had is True 20 adventure game by Green Ronin or Green Ronin, depending on who you ask. I played that for a couple years, converted 2 settings to it. Fading Suns and a mashup of Star Frontiers and Star Drive. And the reason I say does the most with the least words is it simplifies D20 into a generic system that works very well, as far as I'm concerned, in any genre. And that's why I say it does the most. It simplifies all those multitude of feats. It simplifies the class system and the attribute system in a way that just gets rid of all the fluff and the complexity to D20 that I just eventually got tired of. Everything in D20 was convertible, was backward compatible. So I loved it, and I would have played it much longer than I did if I could find players. Did I find flaws in it? Sure. You can't play a game without finding some kind of flaw, and you just create house rules to fix it. But I felt like, I can't stress this enough, that it did the most with the least words. Now, the splat books they put out afterwards, which weren't a ton, but were enough, one for each type of class, an expansion on that, and a monster manual, and pretty much that's all you need. But there were some new added kind of complexities that I didn't necessarily like afterwards in some of the extra books, but I just really felt like it did very well. I love the way it made D20 tangible and easy to wing when you needed to, which is very important for me. And I could use just about any source book that I had laying around, which I still have two shelves of D20 stuff that I love to convert to it. So honorable mentions, I think, should be, and I go back to this system a lot, Savage Worlds. Although I think it could take a lesson from True 20 on how to format and highlight key rules. I love being highlighting key rules, and so I can just find them when I'm quickly zipping through the book. Now I know I said you can't pull it off with a setting, and that's apparently not necessarily true. From setting point of view, the most with the fewest words would be the original Alpha Dawn Star Frontiers. It set up a universe that still to this day fascinates gamers, and it didn't have to have homeworlds for every alien in the system. They didn't have to have, where did the humans come from? Didn't have to have a link back to Earth. It just was there, and I think partially inspired by Star Wars in that way, but also kind of partially inspired by classic pulp science fiction stuff as well. So Star Frontiers definitely did accomplished a lot with just one simple book explaining the frontier, the few planets it had, and the super science behind its faster than light technology and its bad guy aliens, and there was just so many points where why you ask the why, and you just go, oh, okay, because it just is, and it worked. Very few systems were able to pull that off, or settings. Can't and for some reason Star Frontiers did. You can't always pull that off, and it's just done it through just great writing, and in so many ways. So that's about it. I look forward to tomorrow, number 22. As long as this eclipse is not a sign of an apocalypse. What RPGs are the easiest for you to run? Nah. I think I've already gone through that. But okay. Anyway, until then, seek the wolf in thyself.